What's up, everybody? Y'all hear me? We good? Let me know if y'all hear me or not, man. What's up, Garuda? You know what I'm saying? Alright, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Alright, cool. So tonight, man, we don't really have that much to talk about. I'm sure y'all seen motherfuckers talk about this shit to death, but I'm still going in with it. Still going in with it. I'm not gonna let this shit go. You know what I'm saying? But I figure I'll break it up with a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Break it up with a little bit more tension shit. You know what I'm saying? Less of that. Like you know what I'm saying? Talk about Spider-Man and shit. PSX. Well, I'm sorry. I should have rephrased the title, man. No PSX or not having PSX or PSX lacking ass year, whatever you want to call it. This year is the year of no PSX. Low key, I'm okay with that. Not only am I okay with that, I'm happy for that. You feel me? I feel like if you do too much, you'll fuck your shit up. You know what I mean? And I mean, I feel like they would stretch their shit real thin if they keep showing shit. What's up, Arian? You know what I'm saying? I think it's that if you keep showing shit, you would stretch your shit real thin. Plus it's like the end of this generation, right? We're moving towards the end of the generation. If you keep showing shit, you got nothing left. You don't have more stuff to show unless you show next generation shit. And that's might be why they don't have, PSX this gen. I feel like we won't get a PS5 this gen. I mean, not this gen. What the fuck am I talking about? A PS5 this in 2019, but we will have like the announcement of it, right? We'll have an announcement of it, like because in 19 most of these games should be coming out, right? Unless they pull an Xbox and delay the shit. But I feel like most of this shit should be coming out. You know what I mean? Like let's see, like Ghost should be out by 19. I'm assuming. Last of Us 2, Days Gone is like days away, basically. You know what I'm saying? So most of the games that they're showing us has about to be, you know what I'm saying, about to become real. You know what I'm saying? It's about to come to fruition and shit. So we can't really like expect more from this generation anymore. Like what else do we have? And if they show the shit they already shown, I mean, even if they show new stuff about Ghost of Tsushima, about The Last of Us 2, and those type of games, like, yeah, but we already know about them. And plus, you're going to stretch your material real thin. You're going to need to save some of that material, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm actually okay. Not only am I not, okay, I'm like happy that there's no PSX because I feel like if that's the case, 2019, you know what I'm saying? PlayStation um, E3 would be lit. I feel like they should save enough shit for one show. And you spread your shit way too thin sometime, and the show become boring. The last PSX was the first time ever in my life where I was like, Jesus. I mean, they sitting around talking about gaming and shit, but I'm fucking bored as fuck. I'm trying to pay attention, man, but I just couldn't do it. I was like, man, this is so fucking boring. You know what I mean? And I don't want the same shit. I'd rather not have one than have last year's PSX. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with that. It's just as long as E3 is lit. I'll be mad as fuck if they E3 is bullshit too. I don't see why it would be because I feel like that's when they're gonna announce the PS5, and they'll probably show a trailer or two of that game. That's what I'm predicting. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I feel like that's what might happen. I feel like that's the way they're going. You're gonna get an announcement in, uh, the next E3 because they don't have much left, man. What's up, Savage? What's up, Support Gaming, guys? Small and shit. Yeah. Appreciate y'all coming through so quick, man. But yeah, how y'all feel about that shit? Y'all feel like is that too far of a prediction. I mean, like if it's coming out in 20, I feel like you should do early advertising for at least a year before it comes out. A year is solid. 2 years ridiculous. I'm not gonna mention what console did that, but there's a console that came out, right? And you know about the motherfucker like 2 years in advance. I mean, like they officially announced it and shit 2 years in advance and shit. You know what I mean? Leave some mystery. Yeah, real shit. No, call me that. Leave me some. I mean, I want to know some shit. I mean, I guess 2019 will probably, if you think about it, 2019, if PS5 is coming out in 2020, then 2019 is the last E3 you're gonna have of the PlayStation 4, because afterwards it will just be PlayStation 5. You feel me? Think about that. That's the last PS4 E3 you're gonna have. 2019, unless unless the PS5 come out in 2021, which I don't see happening. I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm just saying I really think it's 2020, right? I feel like that's the case. How y'all feel about that? I mean, who think they're gonna like announce the PS5 at E3 of 2019, right? And then 2020 it comes out, right? E3 of 2020, that's when they unveil the PS5, and then that holiday season you go out and cop that, right? It makes sense to me. I don't know if that's how it's gonna go down, but it makes sense to me, because what are you gonna show at PSX this year if you ain't got nothing else? I don't want to see too much shit of the shit that we already know about. That's a conundrum, ain't it? I do, but I don't. Right? There's certain things. There's still a lot of mystery with The Last of Us 2, and they're doing a good job of that. I don't want to know. It's a story based game. Don't spoil the story for me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do want to know more about it, because right now the combat, you've seen it. You really don't understand how it works for real. Like, how does she duck like that? What kind of mechanic do you do to duck like that when somebody's swinging at you? Do you hold a button down and press the direction of where you duck? You know what I mean? Hey, I heard Jackknife. I heard if you could hold your breath for a whole like 40 something seconds and keep swallowing, right? Like try to swallow but still holding your breath. Like do that as long as you can, and that shit will stop. That's why I heard. I be doing that every time too. It seems to work. I don't know if it's gonna work for your ass or not. You might be built differently. Gameplay of Red Dead tomorrow. I like Red Dead, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like Red Dead. I know Sick hate that shit, but he's not a Western type of dude, and I'm not really either. I just like, I don't know what it is about the first one. I just like riding the horse around for no reason. Just let's just say is a less entertaining version of Spider-Man's webs. I mean, swinging around the city when you ride around the horse. There's something about that shit. And, I don't know, man. I like that shit. I might play it for like a couple of days and stop playing it. Period. I might just, what I'm saying? What's up, Daniel? Hey, it's been fucked up, man. I still haven't got Dude's PlayStation wrapped up yet. I gotta do that Tuesday. He don't live far from me, so he should probably get it in like 3 days at the longest, I guess. At the longest. I didn't realize he lived so closely. Oh, good kid. You know what I'm saying? It's so cool, man. Always do as fuck. No, but yeah, man. I don't think. And people was like, I'm not saying they don't have anything to show. They do have things to show. Like there's certain games like the mass public don't really know about. Like Lost Soul aside, me and the homies been talking about that for a minute, right? But they really haven't shown like a mass trailer to like a wider audience than like just simple trailers that you have to know about the game to look it up to even see it and shit. You feel me? Like they didn't do nothing on stage with it or nothing. And maybe it's not a big deal to them. That's why they're not doing that. Like maybe it's like a indie game or some bullshit to them. So Thrash. You feel me? Maybe it's just an indie game. I don't know. I just don't feel like. What up, Jay? I mean, I just don't feel like if you have a PSX, make sure it's good. Otherwise, don't have it. So I feel like if you gonna not do it, I feel like they don't think they could do a good one this year because they have to live up to the hype. You know what I mean? So and they don't think they could do it, which is fine. Don't do that shit. Don't give me a bull ass one like last year. I was bored as fuck watching that shit. Just looking at these motherfuckers tennis shoes all night. Their kicks be fly as fuck too. They comfy up there too. I'm like sitting there like, God damn, I'm bored. I haven't been like that in years. So I can't see it, man. But that's why they don't have it. And I'm fine with that. I still want some mystery to it. You know what I mean? And here's the one thing they did say about as far as showing stuff. They said as far as the games are concerned, there's enough to where if they want to like reveal something, they just do it through social media, YouTube and all that other shit. They'll show videos on YouTube and all that other shit. They wouldn't really need to do a stage demonstration mainly because there ain't shit there. All the games that we know about, if they show more, then they showing too much. But as right now, there's just enough amount of mystery, so it's hard for them to just stretch it out, which is just all the ones that we know about. I mean, if PlayStation 5 is coming out in 2020, that means 2019 is the last E3 for PlayStation 4, cuz I feel like they need to hold as much as they can to do a big one. Because after that, I feel like it does make sense. They announce PlayStation 5 exactly a year before it comes out. They announce it, you know, they won't show you the console. They'll just announce it that it's coming. And then the next E3 in 2020, they reveal the shit and then let you know that you can pre order that shit. And then holiday season, it comes out. And because of that, it's going to be the last PS4, E3. How many games is going to come out before that E3? Goddamn. So if you think about it, probably the ending year of 2019 is gonna be insane, because they're probably gonna hold all their best shit to the end. But maybe showing it a year early would stop people from buying more PS4s. So I'm pretty sure if they announce it for real next year, it'll go down in price, right? But that's about it, man. PSX not happening. I'm cool with that. I'd rather not have one than have a bullshit one. As far as Spider-Man 2, man, I played it twice already, like, right? Have y'all played Spider-Man? Like, have y'all completed? I ain't gonna talk like spoilers and shit. I was just thinking I'd rather break up just whatever news with PSX and X Play bullshit, cross play bullshit. But if all y'all hadn't beat Spider-Man yet and shit, I'll leave that shit alone. Everybody beat that shit, right? I'm pretty sure everybody beat that shit. Everybody know what's going on. It's been out for a minute. Been out for damn near a month now. 7 more days to be like a month, right? Gotta be enough now, right? Because I feel like the next Spider-Man game you will get to play as Miles Morales, and Spider-Man will have the black suit on him. He might be one of the villains. You know what I'm saying? She might be the main villain with the black suit and shit. You have to play Miles Morales, and you got to save his ass. That's what, you know what I'm saying. You gotta play as Miles, try to get him out of the black suit and shit. And I still think that that green shit is gonna bust open and might infect somebody. That green ooze, whatever that shit is that ooze in. But fuck this shit, man. Let's talk about we can't real shit, cuz. I don't know. King Thrash might not beat that shit, man. This motherfucker take forever to beat a game. You beat that shit, yeah, Thrash. You beat Spider Man already, right? You had to. Can't take you this long to beat Spider Man, guys. Damn, you got platinum on it? I got 75%. I never felt like platinum, and I don't even felt the need to. Yeah, man. Like the Venom symbiote, right? It was attached to. Alright, so just about everybody beat it. I ain't see nobody who say once that, you know what I'm saying, they haven't beat it in the chat. And you should already know if you say Spider Man 2 prediction, that's gonna be spoiled in the first one, right? So motherfuckers come through. You wanna make sure that you didn't see the shit. Yeah. It's in the lab, cuz when Harry Osborn was in the giant jar of green liquid, and and you can see like the symbiote, but it's not all on him, which means I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking like the green ooze, that the green liquid that they're using in there, whatever that liquid is enough for the symbiote to attach to Harry so he can stay alive because it needs a host, right? But it's not enough to where it's like fully take over or at least like fully merge with Harry, right? That's what that ooze is for, that green liquid. That's what I'm thinking it is. But the symbiote has abilities to cure like everything, like even cancer. So if Harry has cancer, that's what he's trying to do. So you can see how balling, Norman Osborn is and shit. He probably like found the meteorite that fell to Earth with, what I'm saying, venom in it, or he could have sent a space expedition out, what I'm saying, found that shit. He might have funded the space program, so he took that shit. I don't know, man. This motherfucker ball. This motherfucker the mayor of the city. Everything's built after like within his system. And this game, like he basically ruled New York. You think fucking Fisk ruled New York? This motherfucker ruled New York, cuz like he is the fucking mayor, cuz he do whatever. They call him militia and kill anybody. Locked up civilians and shit. This motherfucker's wild. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, cuz so that's what I'm thinking. That green liquid that, you know what I mean? Oh shit, Savage. You probably been spoiled like a motherfucker by now, right? I ain't mean to because is it Devil's Breath? Devil's Breath is like purple, ain't it? Devil's Breath is what created Negative Man, isn't it? No, it ain't. What did create it? I mean, I don't know. Is that the same stuff that they used on Negative Man when he was a kid? I don't know, man. Yeah, but whatever that green liquid is, it was able to like make Venom not fully attached and shit. Hey, I'll make you a mod if you want, man. I don't even know how to do that for real. How do I even make a motherfucker? How do I make a motherfucker a mod? Oh, there we go. There you go. Okay. Does that make you a mod now? Just add. Is that what it is? I figured it out, cuz we good. I mean, I feel like that's how you could have two Spider-Man in the game. Because how else you can't? Or they could do it like Devil May Cry it, I guess. Like you play as Miles for a certain amount of missions, and then you switch over to Peter. But that'd be kind of weird, right? The only reason why Miles makes sense is because Peter died in his timeline, right? That's how it works. Isn't that how it works? I haven't really been caught up with like all that shit, so I don't really know how it works for real. Is there a universe where both Peter Parker and Miles Morales exist and they both have powers? Because they're both called Spider Man. If both of them exist, then who the fuck is Spider Man? Then, like, if they both wear a suit, then which one? Like, they both Spider Man? You know what I'm saying? What's that about, cuz? Oh, that's of course. You wanted me to get into crossplay early, cuz? Let me not let me not spoil anything else, even though I just spoiled the biggest shit in Spider Man. But you know what I'm saying, that's the only way you can do a prediction. But let's get to this crossplay shit, man. Matter of fact, let me read this little Rocket League article real quick. Now this now that Sony opened still crossplay on PS4 and seems like they jump aboard Rocket League on the game. Do people still play Rocket League, man? I'm asking y'all honestly. I'm not being, facetious facetious about that at all, man. Is anyone still playing Rocket League like that? What's up, Lincoln? You know, a lot of people have been talking about this, right? And I watch a lot of people talked about this. I watched Porter Rock talking about it. I talked about it a little bit. I you know, all the homies on the round table, everybody been talking about it too, over each other. You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of people been talking about this crossplay shit. And here's the interesting part, right? Go to Google, and I want to use the search every poll that's ever been taken within the last year, 2 years on crossplay, right? And you look at the amount of numbers that say they don't give a shit over the numbers that say they give a shit, right? And the reason why I tell you to do that is very specific because I watch the Triple P podcast. You know what I'm saying? The Power Play podcast, and I'm just kidding. The PlayStation Plus podcast, right? The homie sick that morning. I could never catch it on time, man. I always be just watching on the replay and shit. But so he showed like this poll that Push Square took, and like everyone was basically just like, I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about crossplay, right? But I was getting to thinking like, well, Push Square is like a very PlayStation centric, you know, it's very PlayStation centric site. So let me Google it, right? Look it up, all the polls, and there are some that do favor crossplay, but most of the time, it just motherfuckers don't give a fuck about crossplay. Go ahead, try it out. Y'all should go try it out, man. Y'all should go like Google that shit and see what happens. See what the fuck happens, cuz. Which is odd, right? Because here's the thing. Companies do what they do because they do what they do. You know what I mean? They want to make money. They want to shift blame. They want to do all this shit. Companies do that, which makes sense. They companies. They need to do that. They have to make ways to make sure that they are looking the best as possible in the public eye, making the most money as they can, and and that's how it goes down, right? And by the way, I'm sorry if y'all hear that. I'm actually eating an apple and shit, so my fault. But let's say let's say if people actually care about this shit, right, that much, why didn't people like ask for it last gen when it was first brought up? That's all I want to know. I'm not saying why it didn't happen or anything like that. It's not about that. I'm asking why didn't anyone ask that shit? What's up, Vic Kid? Hey, I'm gonna send that shit Tuesday. Since we don't even live that far away, you'll probably receive that within a day or so, right? I'm a US airmail that shit. I don't know how long that would take. That shit probably cost like $40 and shit. Oh shit. Nigga, you a state away. I wonder how far you really are. I could probably drive that shit to you and shit. Yeah, but here's the thing with Bethesda, right? Like Porter Rock was saying. Porter Rock was saying, because I watched his shit about it. Like he didn't think, Bethesda didn't think that Sony was going to do it, so they can use that as good publicity because they need that shit, obviously, right? I'm not even talking about how they like smooth Michael Jackson moonwalk their ass backwards while when you know what I'm saying Sony was like, yeah, we doing this shit. What's a postal code? And a zip code? Ain't that all I need, man? Is the zip code? I need a postal code too to send some shit. I've never sent some shit this big before, man. I've sent a little shit, but it should be the same shit, man. I mean, send me that if you need to, just in case. Tweet me that shit, like retweet that shit, whatever the fuck you call it. Yeah, exactly. Support gaming, exactly, because support gaming is not really even about that shit. You know what I mean? It's not. It's like it's not really about crossplay as far as we're concerned. No one really want to do that shit except Microsoft because they actually have something to gain out of it. Nintendo, possibly they have something to gain out of it, but realistically, Nintendo is doing things just to fit in. And I wish they had cut it out. I wish Nintendo would just do them. Nintendo is always at their best when they're doing them. You ever notice that shit? When Nintendo try to conform to what other motherfuckers ask them to do, they fail at it. You know what I mean? But if you just leave them alone to do what they do, they either do it big or they don't. And that's how Nintendo always is. And the reason why we love them so much is because they're a part of our childhood. Most of us, anyways. If you're younger, like much younger, you might grow up doing the PlayStation on one era and up. You know what I mean? But you, I mean, I guess I'm getting old because if you were like in your early 20s, do you know much about like the old school Nintendo games? Do y'all even play those? Like the original NES and the Super Nintendo and shit. Yeah, didn't you send me that already, guys? I could have swore I had that shit already, man. I could have swore like in that message I got your whole address because I think I'm good. But if I need that, I hit you and shit, man. But crossplay is like this, man. If you, it's a bigger problem than people think it is. And the other day, you know how I was arguing like a motherfucker about how like we gonna have to pay for this shit. This is my opportunity to explain to you why I believe so. You know what I mean? Why we gonna? This is gonna be a lot more ramifications than you think. Do me a favor, if y'all don't like, just do this shit. Just do a simple like search, right? Go to Google, search PlayStation crossplay, right? And as you scroll down the pages, you'll start to notice something very different than like this happens. The only time this ever happens is when the game is gonna be changed, and all there's benchmark in money and shit like that, right? You'll start noticing certain business articles. A lot of business articles talk about it. You know why? You know why? Because it just changed the game. Something just changed. It's no longer, you know what I mean? It's no longer how it used to be. The status quo has changed. Now something new happened. And when something new happened, usually it's for the better because it's for something that we actually want. Unfortunately, we have to pay for some shit too. God damn it. Not the time. You know what I mean? But yeah. I can't explain how that shit doesn't matter to any of us. Like none of us ever asked for this shit. If you think about it, anti-consumer only like fucked us up even worse, right? Anti-consumer. While we was talking about that shit, and and of course everybody already knows you have to play a Jesus. All right, you know what? Hold on. My fault, yo. God damn, all unprofessional like. You know what I mean? It's Sunday. I ain't supposed to be. Oh my God, huh? My goodness. I've been going through a lot of stuff lately, cuz. I don't know, y'all know. Yeah, man. It's like the more simple the more simple my life gets, all of a sudden shit become complicated again. But it's whatever. We're not here to talk about me and shit. We talking about games and shit, or lack of, or what supposedly matter to gaming, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? All right, this this crossplay nonsense, man. We all know that if you want to play a free to play game on Xbox, right? If you want to do that, you have to go through a subscription, right? You have to have a subscription to play free online and free to play games. Now, we all know this, but how come that's not a big deal until now, until Sony take they shit away, until they Sony take away their quote unquote, right? Anti-consumer practices, right? How come now that they're taking that down? Which mean you mean to tell me that crossplay is such an evil deed by a company that you're willing to fight, hand over fist for? Nah, that's not what hand over fist means. Fuck am I thinking? Right? You willing to fight tooth and claw, you know what I'm saying? Just you in there, you ready to fight. But why? Why, bruh? You don't think letting the customer play, what I'm saying? Letting the customer play a game, what I'm saying, that's free, that's supposed to be free, for free. You don't think that's anti-consumer? You don't think that's more important than someone just not shaking hands with another company? Like just one company just not shaking hands with another. Like we don't want to do crossplay, right? We just don't want to do crossplay, and it's just I don't know how that became a problem. It's never been a problem, but now it's such an evil practice because one company just still don't want to do it. Is it because they never had capabilities before? No, they could. Last gen they could already, and last gen. I'm not even saying PlayStation brought it up like that even fucking matters, but it was brought up last generation. Last generation was brought up, right? Hey, can y'all hear the Spider-Man music in the background, man? I don't want this whole video get taken down. I ain't making money off of this shit anyways. I don't think it matters, right? What's up, Cyber Dragon? I don't think that, like, right? If you're talking about crossplay, like that matters so much, you would at least. I'm not saying like either one is more important than the other. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like either one is more important than the other. I'm just saying if you're gonna if you're gonna say if you're gonna say that this is evil, you gotta say the other thing's evil too. Which one's more? I feel like not letting you play a free to play game that you have to pay for a service. That's evil. Cause you know what I'm saying? Because motherfucker, you supposed to be able to just play that off the rip because it's free. There should be no attachments to money in any shape or form. The word free is there for a reason. And I guess they proved the world true that you can't. There's no such thing as free. It always come with something, and of course it is. PS Plus is the same way. I don't give a damn about PS Plus. The only thing I give about and fuck about is gaming online. And I'm a grown ass man, so $60 a year ain't really shit for me. But still, I hate the idea of paying for that shit. That's the only thing I'm really paying for in my entire life. Because if I have a game I want, I would buy that shit. Shit, Daniel, I just came back too. You know what I mean? But I don't wanna have PS Plus. You feel me? I've never actually. I'll tell you all the truth. The amount of time that I've had PS Plus, which is for years now, I can't remember how long I've been having PS Plus, right? But it's definitely after, like, once this generation started. It definitely wasn't because the last generation. You know why? Because any game I ever wanted, I just buy that shit and play it like an adult. You know what I mean? I don't know what y'all talking about with all this other shit. I know this doesn't seem like it has anything to do with crossplay, but it does, right? If you want it bad enough, like, you would ask for it, like, earlier, because we've been capable of it so much longer before. It doesn't matter the PlayStation brought it up like last gen or not. Someone brought it up and it didn't happen. How come no one cried about that? But now is such a big problem. The companies, of course, what they're gonna do, what they're gonna do. But Tesla, come on, bug tester, come on, cuz I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like Fallout, I played like some of the earlier ones, and it's cool, but it wasn't that great to me anyway. I didn't like that style gaming for real. Not like that. Like not that type of RPG style. Some of them was really good. New Vegas. Um Oh, is it? Is it cuz shit? I mean, I don't think it matters. I'm not doing this shit. I don't make no money off of this fucking video anyways, right? They can't take it down, can they? Can they? That'd be ridiculous if they could turn that shit. Alright, I mean, I don't think so, man. Because actually, I take that back because I be having like I be having a lot of copyrights, but they be saying like you using something that's copywritten, but we don't give a fuck. We'll let you do it as long as you ain't making money off of it. So I think I should be fine, man. I don't think I have any problem. Plus, I don't think it matters that much, unless it's the only thing I'm concerned about is because it's a robot that does it. You feel me? It's not a person that does that shit no more. So some wild shit be happening sometimes. Like YouTube be weird as fuck. Yeah, big kid, man. Like you imagine like this gen that started, right? We had to pay for PS Plus to have online. And if it wasn't for that, I would never have PS Plus. Some of y'all might like PS Plus. You get them free games, but I don't consider paying something for something a month, a monthly service, and then you give me some shit that comes along with that service, it becomes free. Nah, fam, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not free. I'm still paying you a service. It's what I'm saying, whatever amount it is. It's $60 a year. That's one full game. All right, man. It should be good, man. Man, I be like motherfuckers be showing Spider-Man footage and shit. I don't know why I can't talk over Spider-Man. But you know what's funny about this crossplay shit? This is what I'm trying to get to as far as how bad it gets. The Switch, the PlayStation went from saying no, fuck all that to saying, oh yeah, we doing that was so quick. But just for Fortnite, just a beta for Fortnite. But they're very open to other third-party games, just third-party games. Of course, you can't cross-play with another motherfucker on a game that they don't have. How they gonna do that? Are you gonna cross-play with me with Uncharted Online too? Because Uncharted Online 2 might be lit as fuck. I mean, not Uncharted. What the fuck am I saying? The Last of Us 2 Online. That gameplay might be lit as fuck. That might be like on some. Alright, Savage, man. I see you, dude. I'm talking about like damn near like some. It will take the Last of Us gameplay from the last gameplay, the 3D the what I'm saying, the game that we had last gen where we play online and it's cool, but it's not that cool, right? You imagine we can dodge each other's attack and shit in this game? That'd be kind of like how would I put this? It'd be like almost like For Honor type of gameplay, right? You run out of bullets, you can run up on them, you know what I mean? And then they'll have to dodge your shit if they ain't careful. Smack the shit out of them and shit. You know what I mean? That should be cold, right? but you can't. Unfortunately, you can't cross-play that shit with Xbox. They don't have that shit. But it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's cool. Like people, people think this matter a lot. Do you think this matter a lot? Like real shit. Do you think this matter a lot? At the end of the day, it don't at all because ain't nobody hopping on that shit right now. How many of y'all is looking at man? And the other day when I was saying the things that I've seen and the words I've heard when I started doing this YouTube shit, man, it makes me fear for humanity because because it's real. Because I don't think it's fake. I think a lot of these motherfuckers it's not for fun. You know what I'm saying? It's not just for fun. They take this shit very seriously. This console war shit, they take it very seriously. Not Puerto Rock, Zaire, you know, them type of a level of seriously. I'm talking about above that type of level of seriousness. This motherfucker. But you did not know Anita Long response? Fuck, what the fuck you talking about, guys? Dude, nobody wanted. Not just gamers, but publishers, like third party publishers and developers. They don't want that shit. Well, maybe developers, I don't know. Well, no, not even developers. I don't think developers matters. Who fucking wants that shit? Who fucking really want that shit? You think a company like, you know what I'm saying, Activision would want some bullshit like that where they can't fuck around and sell you two different copy of a fucking game. So if you want to play, you know what I'm saying, on a certain console, you have to get that. You don't think they want that? You think they want to take that away from themselves? Are you crazy? Look how much Bethesda is backtracking. They really don't want to do that shit. They don't want to lose money like that for no reason. Even if it's a free to play game, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way that model works. Crossplay is to save a free to play game. And I don't play. Here's the thing: I don't even play the game that they're arguing over. I don't even play Fortnite, so I can't even. Is the player count higher now? Do we have any statistic? Can someone look that shit up? I guess I'll be the one to do it, but I don't think there'll be statistics right now because it's too early in the game to say as far as the beta is concerned. Will they come out and announce that shit? Who's going to announce that shit? Probably Xbox, right? It's PlayStation. Don't give a fuck. Or do PlayStation give a fuck? Because here's what I'm concerned about, right? This is where I'm going to break down why I'm concerned about this shit. This shit is scary, son. This shit is scary because even like business news is talking about this. Why would business news talk about it, man? Business news is talking about it because it's changed the industry. If this proceeds, so let me ask y'all this: do you think this will proceed? Do y'all think it will continue and you'll start seeing a whole bunch of other third-party games go cross-play to where you can play anywhere, or do you think it will halt somewhere? Like people just won't do it. What's up, Future Element? How your name Future Element, but you late? What kind of nonsense is that, homie? You feel me though? You feel me though? Like which route do y'all think it's gonna go until Activision comment on it? Yeah, just think about that shit. Imagine that shit. Imagine Activision come out talking about all their games gonna be crossplay. But it'll be very odd, you know. It'll be very odd if they just stop at this game. Because real shit, if they really do, if no one, not even PlayStation. PlayStation's already said they was gonna, you know, Sony's already said they was gonna do even more crossplay if y'all down with third party. You know what I'm saying, right? If I guess if they do it, they're gonna do it, right? What I'm saying is, do companies want to do that, and do motherfuckers even want to play like that? Because did the game get higher numbers now that it's crossplay? It's still the same amount of numbers. You just add all the numbers that motherfuckers have been playing on consoles, whichever consoles they own, together, right? That's the same shit. You know why crossplay don't save a game? Because when a game dies, it fucking dies. No one saves it. No one can save it. Why do you stop playing a game? Is it because there's no more people to play with? The reason why there's no more people to play with is because don't nobody give a fuck about that game no more. They stop playing. It doesn't matter if everybody play on the same motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, could play with each other. People still grow bored of games at the same motherfucking rate because they don't save a fucking game for shit. What do you mean? Bro, like you get bored of a game regardless of who you play with. Just because you add the player count to the game a little bit more, don't do shit. It'll just drop. You think it dropped because consoles are separated? Are you crazy? There's so many things I could talk about when it comes to this crossplay shit. But here's what I'm concerned about. I feel like this might be a Trojan horse that Sony has capitalized on. And I swear, I hope I'm wrong. But sometimes it's scary, son. Not only then can they capitalize on it, I feel like other companies might be able to capitalize on it too. And it'll be some crazy shit too. It'll be some crazy shit. Imagine like if you buy separate shit. What's up, Jemiah? Well, you imagine you can buy separate shit if you buy different consoles, right? Like silly shit like that. It's all crossplay. But if you have the PlayStation edition, right? If you buy it on PlayStation, you might have certain types of shit that Xbox don't have. And if you have an Xbox, maybe you have some shit that PlayStation. Wouldn't be that be some wild shit? If they start doing that to us. I'm just saying there's so many ways they can milk this shit because hey, y'all want it, y'all asked for it, here it is. But because we did this shit, y'all can't complain about other shit. It was really odd, right? It was really odd that now that PlayStation allow crossplay is when motherfuckers talking about we should talk Xbox into letting motherfuckers play everywhere. Motherfucker, you should have been talking about that from the grip. As soon as you found out about that shit, you should have been saying something about that shit. But PlayStation, I don't know what it is, whichever meetings they had, but one of these meetings they came up with a deal that's too good for PlayStation to pass. That's what I see happening. Because you don't think crossplay is a deal between companies? It is. Whether you hate a motherfucker or not, whether you're reluctant or not, doing business with another company as long as it makes you money, there it is what it is. Even if you don't like these motherfuckers, I do business with a lot of people I don't like, but they might be good at doing what they do. You feel me? And that's the only way I can get my money is if they do what they do. And even though I hate this motherfucker's guts, I'm gonna need him to, make his money so I can make my money. That's how it works in life sometimes. I can totally see all that shit happening, right? So now the crossplay is out for this game. How many other games you think is gonna have it? How many big budget games gonna have it? Because the way I see it, if you're gonna complain about games not being crossplay, you should definitely complain about the ones that you pay for, right? I mean, free to play games, they're free to play. You really don't have much to. They fucking free, man. Like, except on Xbox, you know what I'm saying? But they fucking free. They fucking free. You shouldn't pay shit. When you hear the word free, that's what I'm talking about. The word free should mean you don't pay shit. Right? That's what it's supposed to mean. Just like the word true, it means it's real. When you say it's true, it means it's facts. It's real. It's duplicatable. It's non fraudulent. It's true. There's no other. You can't say something is true and it not being true and still be true. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's impossible. But this is where we're at with crossplay right now. Crossplay is at a point where motherfuckers been asking for it because no one think exactly Kevin Mack true 4K. Cause is it really true 4K? Because I thought the word true mean real, and the word real is like actual, right? Which means actual true 4K. Real true 4K. That's what it's supposed to mean. All those words should be interchangeable. You can use any one of those words and it'll be fine. That's how it's supposed to work. But how do you get to that point? Because they don't give a fuck. As you can see how fast Bethesda back up, but when Bethesda back up, it's not it's not that they just want publicity because they didn't think PlayStation was going to do it. That, but it's also because they have a lot of negative publicity already. They do. They have a whole bunch of negative publicity already. Um, the way they handle it was they said they never planned on. It was never a thought to actually do that game like that. Anyways, the first game, the game they was talking about, would actually benefit from crossplay. This game doesn't even benefit at all. Like, come on, cuz Fallout 76 doesn't benefit from crossplay at all, huh? Then what game does? What game does? A game like that doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But who else? Who else is gonna come out and talk about it? Is Activision gonna come out and say some shit? Is Ubisoft? You know what I'm saying? Who else want to taste? And is the count? I'm curious to see that shit. I'm very curious to see the numbers for that game for Fortnite, to see if the numbers steady rising or steady falling, or like spiking downwards or upwards, whatever it may be. Like, I want to see the numbers for that shit when it comes out. I don't know when it will come out, as far as the numbers for that beta. See how many motherfuckers on there doing the damn thing, playing, you know what I'm saying, cross play with each other. And if it stopped here, then a bunch of y'all motherfuckers fraudulent as fuck. Not y'all in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about motherfuckers talking about this shit. Bunch of y'all motherfuckers fraudulent as fuck if it just stops right here. If it's just a few games right here and nothing ever happened. If crossplay was that important, you would keep that train going. You know what I mean? If crossplay was so good, is that all you've been asking for? It's like that crack pipe in your vein that you no longer, you know what I'm saying? It's like permanently attached you. If they take away crossplay, if they slowly just fade it out and not talk about it no more, if no one even do shit no more, y'all shouldn't be saying shit. Y'all should be mad as fuck. Y'all was like, where's the crossplay at? I need that shit. I need that crack. That's why I play video games. That's so anti-consumer. You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit. All right? You would expect that shit. But no, it don't come. It don't. What you mean, man? I got no reply. What you mean? Yeah, and you know what, Daniel? Daniel, the reason why it's funny is because now that PlayStation don't have something that's anti-consumer, the quote unquote anti-consumer looming over their heads. Now, like, you'll start seeing a lot of fuckboys talk about, oh, now that that's done, we should talk about how Xbox is doing that pay to win, not pay to win. It's free to play games is basically behind a paywall of subscriptions, right? Why wouldn't y'all talk about this before, especially if y'all Xbox dudes? Y'all should be on that. You see, when Pushware did their poll, right? Pushware is mainly a PlayStation centric, website. So if that poll showed that no one really care about crossplay, then that shows PlayStation, right? That's how PlayStation motherfuckers feel about it. They don't give a fuck. Now, other motherfuckers on other consoles may feel that way, may feel differently, but PlayStation dudes don't give a fuck. Oh, the VR Xbox promise. I mean, come on, man. VR is a pipe dream. You think they're gonna come out with more hardware? Cause their hardware is failing like a motherfucker. I mean, PlayStation has sold how many VR units? Like around 3,000? Is that what it is? I mean, not 3,000. What the fuck am I saying? 3 million? 3 million, cuz. and they have like, probably over 3 million. The last I heard was 3 million, but they have like 80 something million console, right? So it takes 80 something million console, and they have like a cold ass VR system, right? This a little pricey, you know what I'm saying? It's the price of a console, goddamn, you know what I mean? But it's still one of the cheaper console like VR you can have, and it's high quality. Not like super high quality, I'm not gonna front, but it's high quality VR that you can get for a decent price. So, you know what I mean? You think Xbox is gonna do that shit? How much consoles they have? The last we know of is like 30 something. And they give them 40 right now if you want to. But I highly doubt that. And motherfuckers talking about if PlayStation don't do crossplay this gen, then next gen people won't support it. I be seeing that everywhere, right? But like polls after polls after polls in like communities after communities, no one really give a fuck, right? And it's odd. Why is it like such a heated argument? And no one's talking about all the other negative things that other people are talking about, and that it's doing. Nintendo doing all kind of wild shit too. Don't act like they don't. But you can forgive them because they knew to all this bullshit and they didn't want to do none of this bullshit in the first place. Motherfuckers asked them to conform to it. You know what I mean? This apple's good as fuck, guys. And it backfired, Jemiah. You think about this, Jemiah. Now that PlayStation allowed crossplay, right? And it's only a beta for one game. But that was the game that started it all. How you can't take your save from one game to another, yada yada yada, all this other shit, right? Right, Daniel. I didn't buy a PlayStation to play with Xbox motherfuckers. Want to play with Xbox motherfuckers? I would buy a fucking, you know what I'm saying, a Slim or some shit. I mean, X will give you a broken dream. Is that what you're asking? Is that what you're asking for? Don't call me Danny. Yeah, they give you broken promises. If that's what you was looking for, then X will definitely give it to you. Exactly. Let's be honest with ourselves here, right? What really sell PlayStations in the first place? You think is to play third party games with what I'm saying with other motherfuckers, or is there exclusives? The whole point of PlayStation is that they have dope ass exclusives, and you can play third party games too. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. As simple as that. And you play on a PlayStation in any generation. I remember I was playing Call of Duty on PlayStation 3. I had plenty of motherfuckers to play with. And that's a generation when PlayStation showed the least. So how is that possible? If a game is dying, it's dying. There's nothing you can do about it. That's the new emotion. Man, they moved Michael Jackson like moonwalk their ass backward on that shit. That shit was cold, cuz. Y'all see that shit? They they came up with so many excuses. But here's the thing. If you didn't consider, crossplay, then you shouldn't even speak about it. But that's all it was. The problem I have with all these companies is that they not just gonna focus on what makes them good, which is just give us what we want so we can pay them money without some bullshit attached to it. But they always feel like they have to milk us, with like doing some shady shit to get the money. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. The Spartan God, man. Yeah, well, that's the new emoji, cause moonwalking backwards, cause well, it doesn't. What I mean to say is, it doesn't just mean that it's gonna cost more. I didn't mean like it's gonna make games cost more or some shit like that. It could be a possibility, but I'm saying it's just the game has changed now because crossplay is possible, and you can't stop it. There's no way you can stop it, because if you stop it, then what the fuck was all this for? All this vitriol, you know, and all this hate, all this anger that dudes was talking about. No one cared about it. But just because no one cared about it, now they entered into crossplay. Are they gonna stop? That would be kind of weird, right? No crossplay other games, and then there's be new policies. That's one thing, right? There will have to be new policies because we can crossplay. I mean, we can cross chat. So if a Xbox motherfucker report me, do I get kicked out of my PlayStation Plus Live, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, PlayStation Plus online shit? Tell me that. How does that work? Hmm? If motherfuckers are on the same motherfucking game, right? Because later you're gonna have to play a game where it's like a shooter or something, and everybody can crossplay. What's gonna happen if somebody reports someone from another console? What's gonna happen? How do you do that? How do you regulate that? There's going to be so many more policies. There's written so many other shit. And within those crevices of those policies that has to be revised because of this crossplay, they will slip some shit in that will cost us money. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That's just the way I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully, I am wrong. Right? Hopefully, I'm wrong. But I just see that happening. Just think about it. Think about like the things that would have to change, the things that we already have issues with. Just already, we was talking about like not even, not even a few months ago, before this crossplay shit was an uncertainty, right? Motherfuckers talking about how weak PlayStation Network is, and PlayStation motherfuckers talking about how bullshit Xbox Live is. And now they have to somehow run together, right? But now it's not a problem. We all can crossplay, and everybody's all good with it. Come on now. But everybody have different service. Everybody have different shit. So therefore, they can monetize, not monetize, but monitor the situation better, to where it won't get hacked and leaked and whatever the fuck they can motherfucker can do to fuck up the system, right? Now there's like all these new way you have to like build infrastructures for gaming and all that shit. And somewhere in there, it's gonna cost us some shit, whether it's more money or more bullshit that we have to deal with. It doesn't have to cost us more money. It just has to cost more bullshit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that? Just more bullshit. Just I hate just extra bullshit. When was the last time y'all put in a disc, like the first day you bought it, put it into the system, and you just play that bitch? You didn't have to download shit. You didn't have to update shit. You didn't have to do none of that. You know what I mean? But here's the difference with that. With these newer consoles, they're more akin to PCs. So when you turn them on, they do that shit. But you get what you get now. You get the magnificence of Spider-Man, swinging around the city and all this other shit, and you have to pay that price of having to deal with fucking upgrades and uploads, and what I'm saying, downloads and all this other shit. You have to wait for some new shit to download so you can play a game that you bought 10 days ago. You just forgot to play it and shit. Or it could be the day of. That's some extra shit. But we're willing to deal with it because the games of the day are worth dealing with that type of shit. Right? But is crossplay worth it to deal with certain shit that might come our way that we don't know of yet? I'm not saying I'm a psychic or I know because I'm such a good businessman that I know for sure exactly how shit's going down. I just fear for the future. And here's why I fear for the future. Because if you see motherfucker championing all this fucking crossplay when they don't fucking care about it, because obviously no one really give a fuck about it, what else can they get you to champion? As soon as another company come out with another fucking narrative, you know what I'm saying? Then somehow like make it make sense enough to where it's a good enough cause, and you just go all in with it, and you just go all in with it, just like this right now, and you fucked everything up again. You just fuck everything up because now we have to deal with new legislations and all kinds of shit. We don't even know the ramifications of all this shit, but it's gonna get bigger and bigger because it's not gonna stop. It can't stop at this point because if you stop it at this point, then what's the point of all this vitriol for, right? It's gonna keep on going. It's gonna bleed to other games. They already talking about Rocket League right there. Was it you, Spartan God, or was it Don't Call Me Danny that sent me that posted that link earlier, where Pushware was talking about possibility to do crossplay with Rocket League, which is obvious. Oh, mutants have fear for the future. Yeah, man, age of apocalypse and shit. Man, I'm terrified of that shit. Yeah, Spartan God, man. You already seen that shit. You want to see more and more games like that, but it's gonna lead to like major big budget games. But those companies definitely don't want to do that because they'll lose out on copies of sales they can have. I mean, support gaming. I'm not even like anti like crossplay. Like if it exists, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. It's a novel idea. It's a novelty. You know what I mean? If it's real, it's cool. It's whatever. But did you have to fight this hard for it? Is what I'm saying. That you have to fight this hard for it with all this anger and vitriol, but you couldn't do the same when a company was like, "Nope, we are not going to let you play unless you have live." No, is that not anti-consumer? And I don't even want to talk about anti-consumer. Like if we really going that route, we're just comparing, certain things that PlayStation was originally doing and then not do. And here's what I'm saying. What is it that caused them to decide to do it? What what made Sony like, what we gonna do this shit? And y'all already know, man, right? I'm not a PlayStation shield at all. Like I'll fucking whatever I think is going down, that's what I'm saying, right? So here's what I'm saying. Within these meetings that they have, because they all have to sit down and do this, because this is insane amount of fucking analytics got to go into this. Yeah, to get this to work properly as a business, because there's like multiple companies in one sharing one, nest egg. So the demand that one company requires and another company requires very different. Sony holds 80 plus million console in the wild. They have the most leverage. And because they have the most leverage, they can say no to you. Do you think Sony care? This is where I see it from a business point of view, right? From a business point of view, do you think Sony care about as far as the backlash, quote unquote, of not, what I'm saying, of not cross playing? You buy a PlayStation so you can play PlayStation games and also third party games. That's when you do it. I'm sure of it. That's what you do it for. Don't act like. I mean, what other reason do you have to play on PlayStation other than you play PlayStation games plus third party games? That's how it works, right? So, and PlayStation have 80 plus million consoles out in the wild, and they have more consoles than both of their competitors combined. out in the wild right now. So they have the most leverage, the most pull. And if they don't think a deal is good enough for them, they don't have to agree. And that's basically what happens. That's basically what it is this whole time. That's why PlayStation came out. It was like, nope, we're the best place to play. We not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We are not doing that shit, fam. We are the best place to play. And then all of a sudden, about a week or so later, it was like, we're allowing it. Why? Why is that? Right? Why is that? Why are you out of nowhere decided to be like, what's up, idiot? Why out of nowhere they was like, yeah, yeah, we doing it now. Why? And the excuse that Sony give, I don't know if y'all read up on the excuse that Sony give or not. I don't believe it. They say it takes a lot more than that just to, there's got to get a lot of framework, blah, blah, blah. I believe that to be true. I believe that to be true, you know, easily, but you could agree to it if you was down to crossplay. You could agree to it and then work on the framework of it all. If you don't feel like that shit would work out, you wouldn't have to. You don't have to trip. Just agree to it first, and then work out the bugs and the kinks, and then do that shit, right? But they didn't. So I don't really buy their excuse for not doing crossplay. I mean, Sony just give me what I want. I don't give a fuck, you know, about them though. Like that, just give me Spider Man and other shit like that. I'm cool. Like I'll just keep buying your shit. It's whatever. No socks. That's nasty. Cause take a shower afterwards or some shit. Man. You're disgusting, right? But they have the most pull. So this whole time, motherfuckers keep putting out deals after deals after deals, right? Like, how about if we do this, do that, do this, do that? And they're basically a series of meetings that they constantly have about some shit, right? In order to get this popping. It's not like motherfuckers just decided one day, hey, all right, let's do this shit out of nowhere. Motherfuckers been talking about it for a long time. If y'all remember, PlayStation asked Xbox to do it last gen, right? And I'm not bringing that up because they was like, well, PlayStation brought it up last. It's not about that. It's about the fact that they stay in constant communications with each other. Don't think they don't. When it comes down to business, money is all that matters. I don't care if you make money too, as long as I also make money too, homie. When I don't in the deal, it'll be fucked up. If I'm bringing more to the table, I deserve to make more as well because I'm bringing more to the game, right? And PlayStation didn't feel like they was getting enough for what they worth. Damn, cuz for real, not even gonna see those numbers. But you, damn. You really think so? You think so, Spartan God? You think they want Sony will announce it? Because what is it that made Sony say yes? It's what I'm curious about. I don't believe it's the backlash. I don't believe that for a second. Because poll after poll, whether it's PlayStation centric or not, or you can go to like a certain game, like a forum about a game, not having to do with anything to do with consoles, right? And crossplay would be brought up, and the polls still say no one really give a shit about it, right? So it's not because of that. It's not because they caved to that. It's what did they stand to gain, right? What did they stand to gain? Because earlier they didn't feel like they gained enough from this. And people was like, well, what does any of these companies have to gain by doing crossplay? You gotta be crazy. There's always something to gain if a business does it. If a business does like charity work, if it does a lot of philanthropy work, do you think they do it just because of out of the goodness of their own heart, or is it because it'll make the business look good? And now it's wonderful because everybody wins. They do some charity. That motherfucker who needs that charity gets that charity, but this business gets to look good too, and the business knows that. It's very obvious, right? That's just how it goes down. It's good for everybody, and that's why no one complains. The dude who needs the help gets the help. The business has all kind of balling ass money helping a couple of people here and there ain't shit to them. It'll give them good positive vibes, right? Motherfuckers think of companies to be like really nice and all that other shit. What do you mean, idiot? What do you mean by that's why it's in beta? If numbers do go as planned, it stops. I thought if it don't go as planned, it would stop. But if it goes as planned, wouldn't it continue? The fuck? Was that a mistype or did you? Because I don't understand what you mean. If it goes right, a beta means it's not good, like ready to go or not yet. You know what I'm saying? It's not ready to go. So if that's the case, we still should be. I mean, I'm sure they have numbers. It's not hard for them to get that information. But see, this is what I'm saying though. What is it that PlayStation have to gain at this point? Because now I'm thinking, what do they have to gain? And the thing is, if PlayStation gained that, why is it worth it for everybody else? And it's not because gamers want this, because obviously, like I've been saying, all the polls been saying that no one really care about it. Even now, all the polls say that. It's not just Push Square, it's every other one that I try to look up on Google. Like out of 10, there'll be like one or two that'll be like somewhat like, yeah, we want crossplay. But about eight of them, that's 80%. You know what I'm saying? Would say, no, nobody give a fuck. I want to think that too, man. I mean, for some whatever reason, everybody have to profit somewhere, and profit doesn't just mean right. Profit doesn't just mean that it's gonna be money. You can profit as a business in other ways than just money. As if I don't gain any money right now as a business, but I build up a sturdier frame, a base of something to work off of later to make money off of it. That's a win. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what this crossplay is. I feel like there's moves to be made for them. You know what I mean? Sometimes money is not obvious immediately, but there's moves to make because this actually shake the industry. Whenever something shake the industry, whether big or small, whether it just change some shit, you'll start seeing a lot of business magazines and a lot of business websites talk about it. That has nothing to do with gaming. They don't cover gaming. They just cover business. And gaming at the end of the day is a business. And you would see that shit. You would see businesses, business reporting, whatever you want to call it, like business news, reporting on this shit, right? And you'll notice that. Why? Because it changed the way motherfuckers make money somehow. Whether for more or for less, they report on it. But if motherfuckers willing to go into this venture, they all feel like they're making profit off of this one way or another. What I want to know is how does Sony PlayStation profit from this? Because whatever that deal is, it's worth it for them. We can see why Xbox want that, and also probably why Nintendo want that. But why does PlayStation want that? And don't give me that the fact that they cave, right? Because cave to what? You know what I mean? No one really cares. People buy a PlayStation not to crossplay. Let's just be honest. They buy that shit for the games that PlayStation come out of. You know what I'm saying? Comes with, and you have third party games along with it. It's just the best of both worlds. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. How bad could it be? I don't know. But what I do know is we have to deal with more bullshit now than ever. And the biggest problem with that is the biggest problem I have with this is, and that's why I was so mad when it first when you know when it was um first said that motherfuckers were able to do this cross place and beta shit. I was mad as fuck because I was like, look, none of us asked for this shit. Like none of us really want that shit. Deep down, none of us want it like that. But because motherfuckers like bitch and moan about it. What's up, Con? You know what I mean? Because motherfuckers bitch and moan about it so much, they gave us something that no one gave a fuck about. But because they gave us something that no one gave a fuck about, the guys is we do want it because that's what gamers is asking for. That's what the gamer is asking for. Every time Xbox push, what's up, Viera? How come y'all come late as fuck every time? Oh, that's right, you on the West Coast. God damn it, that's right. You know it's like 10:30 where I'm at, right? It's like 10:25 right now. You already know I don't even go that long. I ain't sick. I can't do no 12-hour stream, man. I don't have that much shit to say. Oh shit, for real? Are you, bro? You sick? I mean, yeah, it's that season, man. Fall's here. I was fucked up the other day. Jesus. 3:30 a.m., dude. God damn. Yeah, I heard you on six podcast this morning, yeah. And y'all covered a lot of shit I was want to talk about here, so that's why I didn't really have much to talk about. All I'm saying is, what makes Sony want to do this? It's what it is that they have to gain from it. Is what I'm concerned about. I just once this become a norm, policies will have to change because there's so many hands in one pot. I guess you have so many companies involved with one thing. When one game come out, if it has crossplay, every gaming company that's involved with it has to sign off on one thing or another. You know what I mean? And that's hard to do, man. And the amount of bullshit that we have to deal with from here on out, and it's fucked up because we're gonna have to deal with bullshit here on out for things that we really don't care about. It's just enough people pretend to care about it hard enough. Now we have to deal with it. All this other shit that's gonna happen to us, we have to deal with it just because a bunch of motherfuckers asked for it blindly because the company told them they should ask for it. You notice how every time Xbox want that shit, they don't say they want it, but they was like, Sony's not listening to gamers and giving gamers what they want. Really? Is this what we want? Do we really want crossplay like that? Is that what we about? Crossplay? Is that what we on? We not on free to play games that's free. You notice how like they don't tweet back these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Run at the mouth all the damn time, but when motherfuckers ask them about that, they stay silent as fuck about that shit, don't they? Don't they? They don't retweet back about what's happening with that bullshit. No. Yeah, because it's easy. It's lonely at the top, man. When you're at the top, everyone hates you. When you're at the top, everyone else become friends because they're not at the top, and they all get together to hate you. That's with everything. East Midland. I don't know what you're talking about. East Midlands. I mean, I have no idea where that is, cuz. Yeah, y'all West Coast motherfuckers, man. It's late as fuck where I'm at. Yeah, man. I mean, right now we have to deal with PlayStation winning somehow, and I don't know if that's gonna affect us negatively or not, but it usually does. When something like this happens, more policies come out. It doesn't have to be the fact that we have to spend more money. It's a high possibility that's possible over some bullshit that we didn't ask for. But on top of that, there might be bullshit that we didn't ask for. You feel me? Just like I was talking about earlier. Like nowadays, when we turn the game on, we have to deal with the fact that when we put in the disc for the first time, we're probably gonna have to wait for it to download some bullshit and update and all kind of other shit. Where it takes like damn near an hour just to play a goddamn game, right? You when you come home with the console, with the game, with your chicken and your hot sauce and two blunts ready, and you turn the game on, and the game says it's gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna need to download some shit before you can play. Right? But you can deal with that because you get to swing around as Spider-Man looking dope as fuck once it's finished downloading. It's okay. Oh, for hours, Jesus. Hours? Hours. Where do y'all have terrible internet connection like that in North Carolina? Jesus Christ, 50 gigs? Yeah, man. But I'm saying, like, you see how much bullshit you have to deal with when you have to like move to this generation as far as like having better looking games and all this other shit because they come becoming so much like a mini PC now. You have to deal with that bullshit, right? But you're willing to because you have dope ass games. But the drawback is you have to deal with some shit like that, and you cool with that. Because in about a few hours you'll be swinging around the city as Spider-Man. That you willing to deal with that. Like even though as much as you hate that bullshit, you wish you could just put a game in and play immediately. It don't work like that no more. But once the game is on, it's so fucking good. You willing to be okay with it. But crossplay, let's see what happens when some bullshit come along with it. Let's see how well y'all deal with it. And the problem with me is here's the big problem when like the problem that I have with it, right? The problem I have is if the problem I have is like if you didn't ask for this, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't have to deal with it, right? But the problem is now we all have to deal with it. Do you think this is just gonna be like the things that they're gonna come out with? It's not just for specific people, whether you want to crossplay or not. Crossplay would just be automatically, across the table as far as policies are concerned. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be across the table. They can't just apply to one person. It doesn't apply to others. And I don't know what these policies may be. That what kind of bullshit do I have to deal with now that this thing's in full effect? Can I no longer like speak the way I feel like I want to speak online because the motherfucker will block me or not block me, but get me banned from PlayStation Network or some bullshit like that? What if they're on another network? You know what I mean? What if they're on an Xbox? I'm on a PlayStation. Motherfucker report me. What happens there? Right? What happens there, man? And if I'm playing, right? If I'm playing and I don't want to crossplay, will they give you the option? I'm not even sure anymore. Will they? Because what's the point? Who the fuck said that, bruh? That's terrifying. See, future. That's what I'm talking about the other day when I'm like, man, seeing the things I've seen and the words I've heard motherfuckers say is fucking terrifying. It makes me, it makes me fear for the future of humanity, man. Because most of them, like not most, some of them don't really mean it like that, but some of them really do mean it like that. Because some of them really do. Because some of them spend hours upon hours on this shit, and if you spend hours upon hours of this shit, then you spend all your life on this. That means this console war mattered that much to you. That's all you have in your life. That's some sad shit. That's some sad shit. And once again, shout out to you, Johnny Wellman. I know that you would be showing up after I finish the podcast and you will leave some weird shit in the comment section. I just wanted to let you know, man, you make me feel like a legitimate YouTuber. I feel like every legitimate YouTuber should at least have at least one crazy weird dude that be coming through saying some wow shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you so much for that. Like I feel so legitimate afterwards. Well, Vieira, like crossplay is probably just gonna be across the table, mainly because they're not gonna be able to like do one thing or the other. I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't think you can do one thing or the other. You have to actually get down with it. You know what I mean? You have to like it's either you in or you're out. If you play a game that has crossplay, do you have a choice within that crossplay to pick who you want to play? Right? You have to pick who you want to play with. But that means you will have to deal with crossplay mumbo jumbo. It'll be across the board, you know? What I'm saying is like crossplay will bring new like you know how like every time you start some a game or start some bullshit like start the PlayStation up, you have to agree to a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? You have to scroll down and read all this bullshit. I don't know if y'all read that shit, but I'm not gonna front. I don't read all of them. Try to skim through it as fast as I can. I try to like pick up most of the shit they saying, but I don't really read it for real, for real. But I feel like crossplay would add more shit to that. And whether you use crossplay with just your friends or not, with other people or not, wouldn't it be just across the board? You'll still have to deal with all these new legislations that make them. I don't know why I keep calling them legislations. It's not that serious. Like regulations. I'm sorry, regulations. Right? You're gonna have to deal with these new regulations that come out with gaming now that crossplay is possible because there's so many things you have to deal with. And I feel like somewhere, I mean, that's bullshit. And it's bullshit that we never had to deal with because no one really wanted this shit. No one should have been pushing for it like that. It's a novel idea, but it wasn't that serious. But now it's here. We all gonna have to pay for it. That's what I'm mad about, right? But what I'm mad about on top of that is, I mean, we all didn't ask for it. There's a very small minority of people that did that, right? But you see the power of that shit. You see, that's how I know this shit's so real to some people. They actually made it real, bro. They actually made this console shit real by allowing this shit to happen. Like, if if this console shit wasn't like really a concern to motherfuckers out there, like weird ass motherfuckers who are serious about this console war, this shit shouldn't be that big of a deal. That's why I'm so scared of the situation because it has to be real. The amount of vitriol they put into this, right? They're a very loud minority, GSM. They're a real loud minority to where it actually affect the fucking foundation of gaming. Think about it. Now we have crossplay, and Sony for the longest didn't want to do it because there's nothing that motherfuckers can say in a meeting with them that give them like, you know, they want to go ahead and crossplay, but now they want to because there's something out of it for them. With all these new regulations, we're gonna end up getting fucked somewhere, and we'll see down the line. I'm very curious to see the outcome of this. 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, I want to see the ramification of this crossplay shit, because I think like no one really wants it. Like here's where I'm seeing it's gonna happen. I'm gonna see within the first few years of it, if it does last long, the first initial reaction of it is it's gonna be very slow moving because a lot of third party companies don't really want to do that. They want to sell as many copies as possible. And if you have two, you know, if you only have one console and really, you really want to play with another motherfucker on, a lot of times the multi-platform owner would double dip just because of that, right? Look at Lincoln Clay. Lincoln Clay bought a lot of shit on his Xbox. Most of us don't really want it because motherfuckers can say a long time ago. Why? What is it about this fucking dies? No one wants to play it no more. Doesn't matter if you play it all together and shit. Bottling in disguise. Oh shit, I'm botting for real. Am I better? Shit. Let me see.